Hey gang, thank you so much for joining me today. It feels like it's been ages since I sat in front of the camera and I filmed. I think it's only been a couple of weeks, but it feels weird again, so I need to not do that. The construction outside is being quite noisy, so I'm sorry if you can hear that background noise. I will try and edit it out if I can. Let's just get into the video. So, if you've clicked on it, you will know that this is my entire Anthurium collection, and I love all of these plants so much. Like, you know I'm a big Anthurium fan. If you've clicked on this video, you're probably a big Anthurium fan, so let's just go straight into it. I've got a lot actually to show you. I'm gonna count them. Let me see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Did I count that right? I don't think I realised I had 20 Anthuriums in my collection, and this isn't, so I've got 20 Anthuriums to show you. I have more that I've not included because they're like duplicates. Initially when I was thinking about filming this, I was gonna like show you the Anthurium and tell you a little bit about like how I care for it, what the substrate it's in, where I got it from, how much it was, and all that jazz. But I don't want this video to be really long, so maybe I'll put some of that information on the screen if I can remember it. I'll try. So I'm just gonna show them to you, and whatever information about them comes out. Let's get into it. So first up, I have my Anthurium Paladaflorum. This one is in no drainage and it is thirsty. That's why it has these marks on it, because if there isn't water in this water reservoir, it complains straight away. But there is currently a new leaf coming in, which I'm very excited about. I love a strappy Anthurium. This is my only strappy Anthurium though, so let's just appreciate the little dangle for a bit. So yeah, Anthurium Paladaflorum. Up next, and this is in no particular order, it's literally just where I'm just grabbing them. But this is my Anthurium forgetii, which is looking a little bit sad. This was bought, it wasn't really a rehab plant, but it wasn't happy when I got it, but it's happy now. It's got quite a few new roots in there. I've recently chopped off this leaf because it was really damaged and drying out, and I just thought, I'm done looking at you. There is a new leaf coming out here, and as you can see, there is a flower that's come out of the petiole of the previous leaf. It is currently, just have a little sniff to see if it smells. It doesn't. It's currently in the female stage. I don't have any pollen to put on it to pollinate it with. I forgot the word. But I think I will collect the pollen when it hits the male stage. Because if you don't know, Anthurium flowers go through a female stage and then to a male stage. But this is, I'll try and, I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you up close, but it's wet. So that's my Anthurium forgetii. Next I have my sort of sad looking Anthurium. This is the Doriaki Silver Blush hybrid. It's been through a lot. This was like grown off of a mother plant that turned into a stump. It's still going through a lot. You can see I've accidentally let it dry out a couple of times, and there's a similar theme to, I mean, any plant issue I have. It's generally me letting it dry out and then giving it a drink. But this is a new leaf it put out, and it was really silver, so it's got some good genetics, this one. It is working, I don't know if I'm able to show you, but it's working on another new leaf, so I'm hoping it'll get big. It was quite big and round when it was the original plant, so I know it's got potential. I'm excited. Just not the camera. Next is my Anthurium Hoextellens. Hoextellens. I don't know how you pronounce this one, but I liked it because it reminded me of the Monstera deliciosa when it's like immature, like it's just perfect little heart-shaped leaves. This is a new one that it's come out with. It did have two bigger ones, but they for some reason, probably drying out, started looking really sad, and I just thought, I'm gonna cut you off because I'm bored of looking at you. So it's just 3 leaves, but it seems happy enough now as it's pushing out a new leaf. Hopefully we'll get some bigger growth on it this year. Fingers crossed. Up next, and oh, this one feels bad. This is my Anthurium I. She's struggling. She's struggling, and it's my fault. Should we all say it together? I let her dry out. Let her dry out, and giving her a big drink, and I think she's happy again. She is pushing out a new leaf, so let's see if this one can be perfect and not crispy. This one was perfect for a little while. I need to do better. I've definitely had a period of time where I've been less interested in my plants. Like, a little bit of backstory, I had some time off sick in April actually. I think if you saw any of my videos in the lead up to it, you'll know that I was having a really tough time and I needed to look after my own mental health, so I took a bit of time off sick, and I kind of just needed time out of like anything requiring me, anything demanding anything of me, and my plants were also a part of that, and I took less interest in them. But now I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. I'm back at work, and I think my plants have probably struggled more over the last couple of weeks with me being back at work because I'm just feeling a bit like, but anyway, you don't need to know any of that. But they're all looking a little bit sad because of that. But this is my Anthurium peltigerum, and I love this plant. I love this plant. So these are all of the leaves it came with. It started putting out a new leaf, like, as this was an import, and it came with a new leaf coming out, but that one didn't make it. But shortly after, this one started coming out, and it's still hardening off. There's like a little curl here. I'm not really sure if that will flatten itself out, but I'm in love. I love this Anthurium, and I'm so happy that it's happy with me, because I've heard that they're really difficult plants, but he's doing okay. Obviously I need to, like, he's a bit spread eagle. I think he's reaching for the light, but he's weird. I like him. Next up, I have my Anthurium mudianum in this little glass jar, it's kind of like a terrarium vessel. It will come out of here. It was just, I just put it in here because I thought it might like it. There is 2 in here, and I've got 1 elsewhere. But again, I wasn't going to bring all of my duplicate plants, but I don't really know how to show you it. It's very, very juvenile, but these can be quite amazing when they're mature. So they're very dark, like deep burgundy kind of black leaves. They're pretty amazing. Next up, I've got my Anthurium papilolaminum, and I recently repotted this one in my Anthurium emergency video, and I really thought, I mean, this leaf in that video looked a lot healthier. It's not looking great, and I was like, oh god, it didn't work. All of the roots are starting to rot. I'm gonna lose it. But upon pulling it out for this video, I did notice a little bit of hope. Where did it go? Ah, found it. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but just here, is that it? Yeah. Just here, there is the bright lime yellow green of a new root. So there's 1 alive root in there at least, but I can't see anything else. Like, I can see some of the old roots here, but they don't look amazingly healthy, but they don't look like they're rotting either. But seeing that 1 alive root gives me hope. I don't know what's going to happen with this one, but I really hope it makes it. I'm really gutted about that one. I feel like none of these look particularly amazing. Next is one that looks particularly awful, and that is my Anthurium villanorum. Those are some crunchy edges we've got there. It's just got 2 leaves. I think it's probably in need of a drink. I don't particularly think this is just from me letting it dry out. When I first got this, somebody commented saying that they had it and the leaves just kept melting, and that's kind of what's happening. So any advice? I will give it a drink, but I don't know what it wants from me. This is my Anthurium Magnificum verde. It's also not looking the best. So it's got 2 leaves. This leaf which faces the back wall, and then this leaf which faces the front. And this one actually looks, I mean, I know it's got a crispy tip, but it actually looks healthier than this one. I also don't really know what's going on with this one, to be honest. This is the one that puts out the amazingly red leaves. If I can find the photo of like an emergent leaf, I'll put it up now, but it has stunning emergent leaves. And then they harden off to this weird kind of colour. And now it looks like it's dying. This will make a nice skeleton leaf though, won't it? That's huge, like it'll be a good skeleton leaf. It is, how do I show you? There is a flower or inflorescence here and also a new leaf coming out, so I don't know, I hope if I give it a drink, hoping it'll perk up. It's a common theme going on, hey? This next Anthurium has got to be the best looking one in my collection at the moment. She's stunning. You ready? I think I'm so funny. This is my Anthurium Carinovium. If you've been here a while, you will know. She was once a glorious thing that then had thrips and never fully recovered, and I chopped all of her leaves off a couple of months ago. There are, ooh, every time. There are some new roots going on in here. So the root system is, I mean, healthy. What's going on? So there's 2 plants in here. There's this one here. So this bit is potentially where a new leaf can come from. And this little bit here, I'm assuming would once have been a flower. And it's been like that for a really long time. I don't think it's going to come to anything else. But it does look a bit amusing, like, just really silly. And then this one, this will be where the new leaf comes from. And yeah, she's stunning. What more can I say? Here I have my Anthurium sagittatum. And I think this leaf has now hardened off. It is a bit of a weird shape though, but it's very, very nice. I really like the texture of this one. This is the other leaf that it has at the moment. It did have more leaves, but I can't remember which video it was. Was it my last one? The updates video? It had like a bigger one that like flopped in what I'm assuming was the heat, and then this one's come out. It seems to be doing okay. I think it's going to be okay. One of my favourite features on this one is the petiole. It's got, I think it's 5-sided, and then the veining on the backs of the leaves is really prominent, so like you can really feel it against your fingers, and as a bit of a leaf petter, I enjoy that. Here I have my, I call it my Anthurium Arg, but that is not its name. It's an Anthurium Argirio Yasuni. I've no idea if that pronunciation is correct, but I just like to call him Arg. And he is in 2 parts now. He is, I'll show you the other half of him, although I wasn't going to be doing duplicates, but this is the other half of him. which is growing. It's very exciting. But this is the top part, which did have 3 leaves, but the bottom one died off. It's fine. It's fine. We've lost a leaf. It's okay. I think it's quite bouncy, so I think it probably needs some water, but it's been enjoying its new no drainage life. I think if you did watch my last video, you'll know that the new growth point that was on here did die off, but this little bit here is the next new growth point already coming up, so I'm hopeful that it'll be okay. I put this bit of Velcro here between the plant and the pole because I know that these poles are really, they're really, what's the word I'm looking for? They're quite rough. So when there was the new leaf there, I didn't want it like touching the pole and scratching it up, but now that it's not there, I don't mind if it's touching the pole. I've just realised that there's loads of, beneficial mites crawling all over this for thrips, which I obviously love. I love that they're there, but I don't want them crawling all over me. Next is an Anthurium that I am enjoying so much right now. It's actually one of the shop's old ones, but we've closed the shop and I've therefore gained some plants that are like mine. They never sold. They've just, I guess they're just mine. It needs to be repotted. The pot is shameful. The pot's shameful. It needs to be repotted, but it's putting out a new leaf, so I didn't want to repot it while it's doing this. But oh, how stunning! How stunning is that new leaf? Like, I'm sorry, that is beautiful. I'm not 100% sure of the ID on this one. I think it's a crystal mag, so a crystallinum crossed with a mag. I can't be sure, but ooh, that's stunning. This is one of the older leaves, and then there's this one. So they're quite dark, and the petioles are quite pinky red. Again, I don't know if this light's really doing it much justice, but it's a very dark plant, and I'm just particularly in love with the new leaf. Can I show you the like, oh yeah, look at that. You see that shimmer and the kind of texture? Like it's almost, what is it, bolate in its kind of texture. Like it's not a flat leaf, it's a bit bumpy and stunning. Absolutely love it. This is a lid for a pot. It was propping it up because, I mean, as I said, it needs to be repotted. This is shameful. But it's just propping it up to keep it straight. What was that hand action? Here I have another plant that did the whole drying out thing, and then I gave it some water and it wasn't happy, but it's making a comeback. This is my Anthurium dresslerii, and I'm really enjoying it. It's got 5 leaves, which is the most it's ever had, so that's very exciting. You can see the 2 oldest ones have the beautiful yellow and crisping leaves, but the other 3, they look all right. That was the previous old one. Obviously this is the newest one, that unusual coloured one, but I'm really enjoying that too. I love like this leaf. I love the kind of chubby roundness of it, so I'm excited to watch this one grow and hopefully get really big. Next is another import Anthurium. I haven't said all of them that are imports, so sorry. It's really sporadic with the information you're getting. I'm trying to film this really fast. I feel like I'm talking really fast because I don't want to spend forever talking about each individual plant. But yeah, I don't know. You even enjoying this video? Let me know. Give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. This is my Anthurium nigrolaminum GG. I think they're also known as the SP Napos. This is the new leaf that it's been putting out recently. It's finally hardened off, and just look. It is so dark. It is so dark. It is so shiny. I love the little like swoop of the tail at the end. So cute. The lobes are just phenomenal. These are the previous leaves that it came with. You can kind of see the graduation in size. I was really impressed with the size jump, especially because between this one and this one there was a growth point that I snapped off. So for this one to come out bigger, it's amazing. I have got another one of these. I'd bought one and it looked like it was going to die, and I'd sent kind of photos to Equigenera and they said they'd replace it in my next order, which they did. So I thought that was really good service. The other one didn't. So the other one did die, but a pup came off of it. So that's why I've still got the other one. I didn't just like, I don't know, trick Equigenera into sending me a free plant. This next one is another one that was in the shops and now it's mine. It was sold to us as a Anthurium papilolaminum, but it's definitely not. I don't know what it is. It probably has got papilolaminum in it, but I don't know. This is the oldest leaf, so it's quite narrow and long. It's velvety. This is the newest leaf it's put out, and I think it probably got a bit thirsty, which is why it didn't fully like flatten out. It's kind of like curled, but again, still narrow, long, kind of a mid green. It's not the darkest Anthurium I've seen. I don't know what happened here. It came out with this like, it's like it's damaged, but like it wasn't leaning on anything. I didn't touch it. I don't know what caused this, but like it looks like it's part of the veining, but I don't know. It's weird. There is a new leaf on its way. It's happy enough, but yeah, I don't know what it is. If you've got any thoughts. I always think it kind of looks like it might have, don't know, like the waterberianum type in it maybe? I don't know. Next I've got one of my smallest that I'm showing you today, and that is my Anthurium Crystal Hope. This is one that I've grown from seedling. I have two others, but again, not showing you duplicates. I've recently put them all into my grow tent because I think it was Lucy commented on one of my videos saying that seedlings need like more light than we think they do, and since putting them in there they do seem a bit happier, and the two previous leaves on this one have come out darker, so I'm really happy with how that's looking. Which one's this? One's the newest one. How pretty. I'm really excited to see how these continue to grow and like the kind of variations between them, because even though they're all from the same seed batch, they can all look really different. Like they'll get different genetics, so I'm excited to see how they all grow. And next I have my Anthurium bakeryi. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this one's one that I bought as a seedling. Again, I've got another one in the grow tent, not showing you duplicates. I mean, it's doing okay. When I first bought these, I liked them because they've got I'm saying a lot, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to editing Amy that's gonna have to edit those out if she can. It's hard to see, I think. I don't think it's gonna pick it up very well on camera, but the leaves have like an indent on the margin. Does this one show it a bit better? You see this bit here? That's what drew me to this Anthurium, and the newest leaf isn't showing it quite as much. There is another new leaf coming in here, so hopefully that one will kind of display it a little bit more. I think it's one of those ones that like grows, I don't know, it's not pendant, but it's not like the other kind of typical Anthuriums I've been showing you. It's kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to describe the growing pattern of this one, so I'm gonna stop talking. And last but certainly not least, and I hope I didn't miss anybody, this is what I believe to be an Anthurium velvet Moira. Is that the hybrid name? I think so. And that is a Anthurium papilolaminum crossed with an Anthurium subsignatum. I think that's the right name. Again, this was one that had belonged in the shop. It was sold to us as a pappy, but it's definitely not a full pappy. I'll show you all of the leaves. There's 3 older leaves on here that are definitely dying off. It seems to don't know, it's not like obviously it's not a one in one out leaf club member, but it does seem to really use the nutrients in the older leaves to grow the new ones. This is the second to last one, and you can see that I let it dry out a little bit. There's just a little spot developing there, which is upsetting, but it's stunning. It's quite a stiff Anthurium leaf, and the sinus is amazing. It's quite wide, and I'm excited to see how it develops. It's got the pink, I don't know, pink margin and sinus, and the petioles are a bit pink. It's not a velvet leaf, but it's also not a like shiny leathery leaf. I don't really know how to describe the texture. Yeah, I don't know how to describe the texture. Oh, motorbike. If you have an Anthurium that is a hybrid between like a velvet leaf and a non-velvet leaf, you'll probably know the texture that I'm on about, but I don't know how to describe it. Because I think the papilolaminum is a velvet leafed hybrid Anthurium, and I believe the subsignatum is not. It's the kind of waxier leaf, and that's why it's got this kind of, it's like a matte, I don't know, it's a matte texture. I don't know how to describe it. This is the newest leaf it's been putting out. It's not as big as the previous one, which is on the opposite side, so it's hard to show you the, oh, is it? Oh, I wish they'd face the same way. She's looking in the viewfinder to see them together, because I've not done that yet. So you can see that the previous one was much bigger. Like it's not fully hardened off, so there's still a bit of stretching it can do, but I don't think it's going to reach the same size. But the sinus is so much wider here, which I love. I don't want to touch it too much because I don't want to damage it. But it's very similar. It's just much flatter than this one. Like, I'm really enjoying watching this size up, and it pushed out an inflow at the same time as pushing out the new leaf, and I don't really know. Oh, is it? Like, I haven't got loads of experience with Anthurium inflows, but they all kind of do different things. And so this one was bright green for ages. I feel like it's been out for at least a week, and it was bright green. And last night I noticed it was going a bit yellowy, and I was like, oh, is it dying? It's not done anything yet. But looking at it today, it looks like it might just be going into the female stage, possibly, which is good. I'm not gonna try, I haven't got pollen, but I don't think I'd try and pollinate it even if I did, just because even though it's quite big, I know it's only just hit like maturity enough to start flowering, and I wouldn't want to put that much stress onto an Anthurium straight away. So like maybe the next one I might do when it's got a few more leaves, but I will try and collect the pollen from it, because that will be a really nice, this is a really nice Anthurium to be able to hybridize with. But yeah, like I know when I saw it turning in, I was like, oh, it's dying, but no, it must go yellow to go into the female stage. I don't know, I'm learning. I don't know. Like, I'm excited. I want to get some like Anthurium hybrids and berries and seedlings going, but I'm still so new to all of that. So yeah, that was my Anthurium collection. I've been filming for nearly 40 minutes, and I can probably edit this video down to like, what, half an hour? I probably could have gone into more detail, so I'm sorry that it felt rushed to me. I don't know if it feels rushed to watch, so sorry if it does. Thank you for watching. If you do want more information about these Anthuriums, let me know in the comments, and I'm really happy to make a dedicated kind of care video to all of them. The majority of them are in no drainage. Some of them are in drainage, but I'm really happy to do like a specific Anthurium no drainage video, maybe. let me know in the comments. Any video suggestions that you're interested in watching from me, please do let me know. I would love to hear it. If you've made it this far and you did enjoy this video, please hit that subscribe button. I make plenty of videos like this every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.